Okay, my children, now we are going to start straight lines and we are going to discuss the concepts of exercise 10.1. Okay, my children, right. This is about introduction. We are familiar with two-dimensional coordinate geometry from earlier classes. Yes, sir, my children. Mainly, it is a combination of algebra and geometry. Coordinate geometry is a combination of algebra and geometry. A systematic study of geometry by the use of algebra was first carried out by celebrated French philosopher and mathematician René Descartes in his book La Geometry, published in 1637. We have learned all these points in a earlier class. This book introduced the notion of the equation of a curve and related to analytical methods into the study of geometry. The resulting combination of analysis and geometry is referred now as analytical geometry. So this coordinate geometry is now referred as analytical geometry. Both denotes the same. Okay, my children, analytical geometry and coordinate geometry denote the same. In the earlier classes, we have initiated the study of coordinate geometry, where we studied about coordinate axis, coordinate plane, plotting of points in a plane, distance between 2 points, section formulae, etc. All these concepts are the basics of the coordinate geometry. You have already learned all these points. Yes, sir, my children. Right. Now let us recall the previous knowledge. What are the points we have studied? What are the important formulae we have studied in the earlier classes? See this first point, distance between the points P, ordered pair x1, y1 and Q, ordered pair x2, y2 is PQ is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 y1 minus y1 whole square. Okay, my children, this is called distance formula. For example, let us take an example to apply this formula. So distance between the points ordered pair 6, minus 4 and ordered pair 3, 0 is, what is x1 here? 6. What is y1 here? Minus 4. What is x2 here? 3. And what is y2 here? 0. Okay, my children, we assume this is x1 and this is y1. In the second order pair, first number is considered as x2 and the second number is considered as y2. So in the given formula, we substitute x2. So 3 minus x1. What is x1 here? 6. So 3 minus 6 whole square plus y2. What is y2 here? 0 minus minus 4. What will you get? Minus of minus 4 plus 4. Understood this? Plus 4, my children, whole square. Understood this step, my children? Right. That is equal to square root of, by simplifying these two numbers, 3 minus 6. What will you get? 3 minus 6? Minus 3. Yes or no, my children? So minus 3 whole square. What will you get here? 9. Understood this 9, my children? Right. Plus 0 plus 4. What will you get here? 4. 4 whole square. What is the value of 4 whole square? 16. Understood this is 16, my children? Right. Square root of 9 plus 16. What will you get? Square root of 25. Yes, sir, my children? Square root of 25. Square root 25. What is the value of square root of 25? Yes, square root of 25 is 5. So 5 units. This is the distance between the two given points. Okay, my children. Now come to the second point. The coordinates of a point dividing the line segment joining the points ordered pair x1, y1 and ordered pair x2, y2 internally in the ratio m is to n or mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. These two are the coordinates of a point which divides the line segment joining the points ordered pair x1 comma y1 and ordered pair x2 comma y2. Okay, my dear children, do you remember this one? Right. To use this formula, let us take an example. The coordinates of the point which divides the line segment joining the point A ordered pair 1 comma minus 3 and B ordered pair minus 3 comma 9 internally in the ratio 1:3 are given by. Here we assume that x1 is equal to 1 and y1 is equal to minus 3, and the second point x2 is equal to minus 3 and y2 is equal to 9. Okay, my children, and here we assume that this is m and the second number is n, m is to n. So in this formula, to get the x coordinate of that point, mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n. So m is 1 into x2. What is x2 here? Minus 3 plus n x1. What is n here? 3. So 3 into, what is x1 here? 1 whole divided by m plus n. 1 plus 3. What will get here? By simplifying these numbers? Yes, 0. And similarly, we calculate y coordinate by using this formula my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. So m is here 1 into y2, 1 into 9 plus n 3 into y1, that is minus 3 whole divided by 1 plus 3. Now let us simplify this number. What will you get here? Finally 0. So the required point is, what is the required point? 0 comma 0. Okay, my children, this is the required point. Understood this point, my children? This is the required point. Now come to the next. If m is equal to n, means that is midpoint. This is nothing but midpoint. The coordinates of the midpoint of the line segment joining the points ordered pair x1 comma y1 and ordered pair x2 comma y2, or ordered pair x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. Okay, my children, do you remember this formula? Similarly, area of triangle whose vertices are ordered pair x1 comma y1 comma ordered pair x2 comma y2 and ordered pair x3 comma y3 is 1 by 2 modulus of x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. Okay, my children, this is the formula to find area of a triangle whose vertices are x1 comma y1, x2 comma y2 and x3 comma y3. Okay, my children. So to apply this formula, to use this formula, let us take an example. The vertices of a triangle are ordered pair 4 comma 4 comma ordered pair 3 comma minus 2 and ordered pair minus 3 comma 16. Then area of the triangle formed by these 3 points is 1 by 2. This is x1 comma y1, this is x2 comma y2 and this is x3 comma y3. So in this formula, by substituting x1 y1, x2 y2 and x3 y3, we get 27. This is the area of the triangle formed by the 3 points, square units, 25 square units. Because we are finding here area of triangle ABC. Okay, my children, you have learned this point also in earlier class. So remark, if the area of the triangle ABC is 0, then the 3 points A, comma B and C lie on a line, that is they are collinear. Remember this point, my children. To show that 3 points are collinear, we can use this point. Area of the triangle formed by the given 3 points is equal to 0. Okay, my children, understood this point? In this chapter, we shall continue the study of the coordinate geometry. To study the properties of simplest geometric figure, that is a straight line. The simplest geometric figure is a straight line. Despite its simplicity, the line is a vital concept of geometry and enters into our daily experiences in numerous interesting and useful ways. We mainly focus on representing the line algebraically, for which slope is the most essential. Okay, my children, in this chapter we mainly focus on representing a straight line geometrically in terms of xy. Okay, my children, understood this point? Right. For the representing a straight line or geometrically, slope is the most essential concept. What is meant by slope of a line? Let us discuss in the next. What is meant by slope of a line? Here we are going to discuss slope of a line. See here, this is y and this is x axis. Here a straight line L is there. What is the angle made by this line L with the positive x-axis? Yes, theta. Here the remaining angle is 180 degrees minus theta. Yes or no, my children? So a line in the coordinate plane forms two angles with the x-axis, which are supplementary. If you observe this figure 10.2, you can observe these 2 points. If a line is making an angle of theta with the positive x-axis, then the remaining angle is 180 degrees minus theta. The remaining angle which is made by the line with the x-axis is 180 degrees minus theta. So they are supplementary. Do you remember that point, my children? What is meant by supplementary angles? Yes, the sum of the two angles equal to 180 degrees. The angle, say theta, made by the line L with the positive direction of x-axis and measured anti-clockwise is called the inclination of the line. So this angle theta is said to be inclination of the line L. What is meant by inclination of a line? Yes, the angle made by the line with the positive x-axis in the anti-clockwise direction. Remember this definition, my children, what is meant by inclination of a line. So obviously 0 degrees is less than or equal to theta less than or equal to 180. So this angle lies between 0 and 180. Okay, my children. We observe that lines parallel to x-axis or coinciding with the x-axis have inclination 0 degrees. If a line is coinciding with the x-axis, then the inclination of the line is 0 degrees. And the inclination of a vertical line or parallel to with the y-axis, it is 90 degrees. If any line is perpendicular to x-axis, if any vertical line is taken like this, then the inclination of the line is 90 degrees like this. If a vertical line is taken, then the inclination of the line is 90 degrees. Okay, my children, understood this point? Right. So in the previous slide we have discussed what is meant by inclination of a line. Okay, so if theta is the inclination of a line, then tan theta is called slope or gradient of the line. Okay, my children, slope of a line or gradient of a line is nothing but tan theta. The slope of a line whose inclination is 90 degrees is not defined, because tan 90 degrees, what is the value of tan 90 degrees? It is undefined. Yes or no, my children? Right. The slope of a line is denoted by small letter m. Throughout this chapter, we use this small letter m to denote slope of a line. Please remember this point well. Okay, my children. Thus, m is equal to tan theta. M is, what is meant by m here? Yes, slope of a line. So, slope of a line is equal to tan theta, comma theta should not be equal to 90 degrees. It may be observed that the slope of x-axis is 0 and the slope of the y-axis is not defined. Yes or no, my children? So, This is about inclination of a line and slope of a line. Understood these points, my children? These are very important concepts in this exercise. So in the previous slide we have discussed, if a line is making an angle theta with the positive x-axis, then we can find the slope of the line by using the formula tan theta. Yes or no, my children? There is another case. 2 points will be given. x1 comma y1 is one point and x2 comma y2 is another point on a line. 2 points on a line will be given. In this case, we can use this formula to find slope of the line. See this point, slope of a line when coordinates of any 2 points on the line are given. Okay, my children. Let P ordered pair x1 comma y1 and ordered pair Q ordered pair x2 comma y2 P, 2 points on non-vertical line L whose inclination is theta. Okay, my children, the slope m of the line through the points ordered pair x1 comma y1 and ordered pair x2 comma y2 is given by m is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. This is the formula to find slope of a line when the coordinates of any 2 points on the line are given. Please remember this formula. In 2 cases we find slope of a line. First one is if the inclination of the line is given, that is if the theta is given, then we can find slope of the line. And the second case, if the coordinates of any 2 points on the line are given. Okay, my children, remember these 2 points to find the slope of a line. Okay, my children, right. Now come to the next point. Conditions for parallelism and perpendicularity of lines in terms of their slopes. So here we are discussing the conditions for the lines to be parallel or the conditions for the 2 lines to be perpendicular to each other. Okay, my children. In the coordinate plane, suppose that non-vertical lines L1 and L2 have slopes M1 and M2 respectively. Okay, my children, see this is line L1 and this is line L2. And this line is making F angle alpha with positive x-axis and this angle is beta made by the line L2 with the positive y-axis. And their slopes tan alpha is equal to M1 and tan beta is equal to M2. Let us assume that. Okay, my children, let their inclinations be alpha and beta respectively. Okay, my children, understood this point. If the line L1 is parallel to L2, see this figure like this, then their inclinations are equal. So alpha is equal to beta because these 2 angles are corresponding angles. Do you remember this point, my children? If 2 lines are parallel, this x-axis is a transversal line. This x-axis is a transversal line. In this case, these 2 angles are said to be corresponding angles on the same side of the transversal. Then they are equal. Alpha is equal to beta and hence tan alpha is equal to tan beta. Understood this point, my children? Therefore, tan alpha means M1 and tan beta is equal to M2. That is, their slopes are equal. So remember this point, my children. If 2 lines are parallel, then their slopes are equal. Conversely, if the slope of line L1 and L2 is the same, that is M1 is equal to M2, then tan theta is equal to tan beta. Yes or no, my children? If you assume that conversely, the slope of L1 is equal to the slope of the line L2, then tan alpha is equal to tan beta. Then automatically what will you get here? Alpha is equal to beta. Therefore, the lines are parallel. So, hence 2 non-vertical lines L1 and L2 are parallel if and only if their slopes are equal. 2 non-vertical lines are perpendicular to each other. This is the second condition. If and only if their slopes are negative reciprocals of each other. So, M1 into M2 is equal to -1. This is a condition for two lines to be perpendicular to each other. This is the condition for the two lines to be parallel to each other. Okay, my children, remember these 2 points. The conditions for parallelism and the perpendicularity of two lines in terms of their slopes. If two lines are parallel, then their slopes are equal. Okay, my children, this is an important point. And if two non-vertical lines are perpendicular to each other, then the product of their slopes equal to -1. The product of their slopes is equal to -1. Okay, my children, understood this point? Right. So to understand this concept, let us take an example. See, find the slope of the lines passing through the points ordered pair 3, -2 and ordered pair -1, 4. Here 2 points are given. Then we have to find slope of the line which is passing through these 2 points. Okay, my children. So see the solution here. Let us consider this is x1 and this is y1. And in the second ordered pair, x2, y2. Then m is equal to, what is the slope? y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. S1 mentioned. So y2 minus y1, 4 minus of minus. What you get here? 6 by x2 minus x1, -1 minus 3. What will you get here? -4. That is equal to 6 by -4. Okay, my children. Like this, 6 by -4. Then by striking out 2 3 times, 2 2 times, 2 2 times. That's what I mentioned. 2 2 times. So finally, what will get here? That is equal to -3 by 2. -3 by 2. This is the slope of the line passing through the given 2 points. Okay, my students. Similarly, see the second point, second question. Find the slope of the line passing through the points 3, -2 and 7, -2. Here also 2 points are given, same as the first question. Please try the second question, my children, by yourself. Will you do it, my children? Right. Now come to this question, my children. The slope of the line through the points 3, -2 and 3, 4 is. How do you find this one? First, we have to assume that this is x1, y1. x1, y1. x1, y1. That is equal to 3, 2. Similarly, let us consider second point is B. Second point is B. And assume that this is x2, y2. Ordered pair x2, that is equal to 3, 4. Therefore, slope of AB, slope of the line AB, slope of the line AB, slope of the line AB, that is equal to m. Previously I told you, slope of a line is denoted by the small letter m. What is the formula? y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. y2 minus y1 by x2 minus, then substitute the values. What is y2 here? 4 minus, what is y1 here? 2 whole divided by, what is x2 here? 3 minus, what is x1 here? 3. Then what will you get here? 2 by 0. 2 by 0. So any number by 0 is undefined. Yes or no, my children? So the slope of this line is undefined. Okay, my children, understood this point? Right. Now come to the next point, angle between two lines. Let L1 and L2 be two non-vertical lines with the slopes M1 and M2 respectively. Okay, my children, this is line L1 and its inclination is L1 and the second line inclination is L2 and their slopes tan alpha 1 is equal to M1 and tan alpha is equal to M2. Okay, my children. So these are intersecting at a point here, this point. So this is angle. This is also another angle. Yes, sir, my children. So the acute angle, say theta, between two lines L1 and L2 with the slopes M1 and M2 respectively is given by tan theta is equal to, this is the formula, modulus of M2 minus M1 by 1 plus M1 M2, as 1 plus M1 M2 is not equal to 0. Okay, my children, this is the formula to remember. Okay, my children, the angle between the two lines with the slopes M1 and M2. This is acute angle. Then obtuse angle can be found by using this formula, phi is equal to 180 degrees minus theta. This is a formula to find the acute angle between the two lines. If you want to find obtuse angle between the two lines, we use this formula. After finding the acute angle between the two lines, we find 180 degrees minus that acute angle. Then we get this obtuse angle. Understood this point, my children? Right. So let us take an example to understand this concept well. If the angle between the two lines is pi by 4 and the slope of one line is 1 by 2, find the slope of the other line. Understood this question, my children? Here the angle between the two lines is given, that is theta is given pi by 4 and the slope of one line is given, that is 1 by 2. Then we have to find the slope of the second line, that is we have to find M2. Understood this question, my children? Right. Now come to this solution part. We know that the acute angle theta between the two lines with the slopes M1 and M2 is given by tan theta is equal to modulus of M2 minus M1 by 1 plus M1 M2. In the previous slide we have discussed this point. Yes or no, my children? Right. In this formula, let us assume that M1 is equal to 1 by 2, slope of the first line, and let us assume that M2 is equal to small letter m. Okay, my children, we are assuming like this because we don't know the slope of the second line, and the theta is equal to pi by 4. It is already given. So let us substitute these three values, M1, M2 and theta in this formula. Now putting these values in the equation 1, we get tan pi by 4 is equal to modulus of m minus 1 by 2 whole divided by 1 plus m1 m2. What is the product of these two? 1 by 2m. Yes or no, children? Understood this step? Right. That is equal to tan pi by 4. What is the value of tan pi by 4? 1. 1 is equal to modulus of m minus 1 by 2 by 1 plus 1 by 2 m. Understood this step, my children? So which gives So we write here, this implies 1 is equal to 1 is equal to, here we are removing this modulus symbol, then we write plus or minus m minus 1 by 2 whole divided by 1 plus 1 by 2 m. Understood this step, my children? Here we removed the modulus symbol in RHS. So then we wrote LHS as it is 1 is equal to plus or minus here m minus 1 by 2 by 1 plus 1 by 2 m. Then by taking plus symbol we get m minus 1 by 2 by 1 plus 1 by 2 m is equal to 1, or if you take second one, minus of m minus 1 by 2 by 1 plus m 1 by 2 m is equal to minus 1. So we have to solve this equation and this equation. By solving these two equations we get m is equal to 3 and m is equal to minus 1 by 3. Okay, my children, this is okay, my children, right. Hence the slope of the other line is 3 or minus 1 by 3. So see, observe this figure, my children. 10.7 explains the reasons of the two answers. Okay, my children, these are the slopes of the second line, as either m is equal to 3 or m is equal to minus 3. See here, this is and this line with the slope minus 1 by 3. This is the second line with the slope m. Okay, my children, understood this point? Now let us take another example. Okay, my children, line through the points ordered pair minus 2 comma 6 and ordered pair 4 comma 8 is perpendicular to the line through the points ordered pair 8 comma 12 and ordered pair x comma 24. Find the value of x. Understood this question, my children? The line passing through these 2 points is perpendicular to the line passing through the 2 points. It means the slope of this line, first line, into the slope of the second line is equal to minus 1. So we have to apply that condition, perpendicularity condition. Slope of the line through the points minus 2 comma 6 and a4 comma 8 is m1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So by using that formula, what you will get here? 1 by 3. The value of m1 is 1 by 3. Okay, my children. Next, let us find the slope of the second line. The slope of the line passing through the point 8 comma 12 and x comma 24 is, here also we use the same formula, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Okay, my children. Here this is x1, this is y1, and this is x2, and this is y2. So by simplifying, we get in the numerator 12 by, in the denominator, x minus 8. Since these two lines are perpendicular to each other, m1 into m2 is equal to minus 1. Previously I told you this is the perpendicularity condition. So here m1 is equal to 1 by 3 into m2 12 by x minus 8 is equal to minus 1. So by solving this equation, we get x is equal to 4. Understood this point, my children? We solve this equation, right? Then we get x is equal to 4. And the last point in the exercise, collinearity of 3 lines. Previously we have discussed this point. If 3 points are collinear, then the area of the triangle formed by the 3 points is 0. And another condition, if the points A, B and C are 3 points in the xy plane, then they will lie on a line, that is 3 points are collinear. If and only if slope of AB is equal to slope of BC. See this figure, my children, observe this figure. Here A, B, C are collinear points. 3 points are lying on the same line. Then slope of line AB is equal to slope of the line BC. So this is also useful concept for collinearity of 3 points. Okay, my children. So to understand this concept well, let us take an example. 3 points P, ordered pair H comma K, Q, ordered pair x1 comma y1, and R, point R, ordered pair x2 comma y2 lie on a line. Then show that h minus x1 into y2 minus y1 is equal to k minus y1 into x2 minus x1. We have to prove this condition. Okay, my children. Now come to the solution part. Since the 3 points are collinear, we have slope of PQ is equal to slope of QR, as we have discussed this point. If 3 points are collinear, the slope of the first line equal to the slope of the second line. So that is equal to y2 minus y1. So y1 minus k by x2 minus x1, that is x minus h. Understood this part, my children? Is equal to, now let us take the points q and r, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Understood this RHS, my children? Right. Now here let us take minus comma in the numerator as well as in the denominator. Then what will you get? K minus y1 by h minus x1 is equal to, we write RHS as t, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Understood this step, my children? Right. Now by cross multiplication we get h minus x1 into y2 minus y1 is equal to k minus y1 into x2 minus x1. Okay, my children, which is the required statement. Hence, prove. Understood this point, my children?